A lot of people are talking about how they want to exclude politicians. You see how
it's not possible to exclude politicians. Politicians should come as politicians. You understand? But from our experience, they cannot represent the ones that you call the ethnic people. Because the total problem we have today comes from the politicians. That distrust. But let them come and tell us how politics can be made better.
But the question is, how then are these people going to be selected without the influence of politics?
It is possible. It is possible. There are community leaders that have no interest in the politics that we have today. They are bound.
But even they play politics.
Everybody is a political animal. But like you may be in a Catholic church while you are a Protestant. You know it's a question of after the service you go. You still remain the Protestant you came in as. But you were found in the Catholic church or cathedral for the service. I don't know whether I'm communicating. So what we are saying is that those people who are community leaders are well known. The politicians themselves still go to them to mobilize the people. Now, if the chips are down, it is not a question of PDP, APC, or whatever political acronym. They know that their future is at stake. Talk about federalism. Federalism is not a concept at village level. We should have some level of intellectual input. What type of federalism do we need? Like I tell you, if we're able to get our federalism right, 70% of Nigerian problems will disappear. Do you know why? Corruption is an ethnic-based social malaise.
Ethnic-based?
Yes. Corruptogenics are ethnic-based. Do you know why? When one ethnic group have dug in and have been sapping the national patrimony to make it look as if it is not them, they make some recruitments from few ethnic groups as a facade. Now there will be a small rat race on the resources of the country. So those people who do not believe that this country will survive tomorrow want to finish the rice today. Because A.C. Catherine said, I want to live where I want to live is tomorrow because that's where I belong. Today is almost gone. Yesterday is history. But if you don't hope that tomorrow will come, you finish the thing today. There are many songs that show that attitude in Nigerian experience. Let us enjoy today, whatever tomorrow brings. You
so you don't think that...
So the question is, the leadership should even ask the question, where do we want this country to be in 20 years' time? Or where do we want this country to be after oil? Because if oil finishes today, the equation will change diametrically.
You know, so some of those who think that we don't necessarily need this conference to move the country forward also refer to leadership. You know, they think that leadership knows if they want to reposition the country, they're basic things.
That's not true. That's not true.
They say our laws talk about
the point, yes.
Federalism. Are we practicing federalism as stipulated by our laws?
So which leadership do they want to practice federalism in the current scenario?
So is it that
even the one that the man wants to do, he is not allowed to do it. He wants to manage, patch, like Fani Amu said, I'll be wombling and fumbling, and I'll be getting the goals.
Who's stopping him from doing it if he wants to do it?
The truth of the matter is that we have unitary. We are talking about federalism, but we are practicing a unitary system. And if it was for this unitary system that somebody broached sometime, I think Aguiyi was tending towards that, and he died as a result. But now some people, wait a minute, we can take the multivite in this thing and leave the malaria capsule out of that. You understand? So why are we playing the ostrich? If we do federalism in the true character of that, because we know it is a principle enunciated not by us.
What will it require?
They are classical.
What will it require for us to practice true federalism now?
Fair enough. To you, according to your strength and contribution. And from you, according to your strength and contribution.
Do you think that we need a conference to address that?
That one, federalism is just one aspect. I said 70% of our problem would have been solved. Okay?
What is the remaining?
Because
30?
the Christian says, seek ye the kingdom of heaven, and everything shall be put on top. There are things you do, and every other thing will gravitate and galvanize. 30%, the remaining 30%, I'm just making it it's not like a study. The 30% that will remain means that there are still some problems. There are a lot of other psychological issues about ethnic prejudices, which still border on economic interests. I can tell you, if you know that after this program you have your lunch, you will not rush. But if you know that the basin of rice that was brought may not be enough, you may just go on commercial. While you go and grab your own rice before man will quench at the end of the program. It's a simple fact. Leadership should therefore address the issue of making the cake sizable, available, and affordable. Then you see so many of these tensions go down. Now, the intellectual community should look at federalism. How should it be practiced? It's not a question of homegrown. There are classical theories on federalism. You understand? We look at it from our own history. What are the impediments? Greed, ethnic rivalry. All these things breed corruption. Some people don't have faith in this country. Some of them have been surprised that this country has not collapsed.
But how